Hello, a year on from my last video on the Oscar Pro juicer. I thought I'd show you how it's going. So the machine is stood up a bit to the damage and constant use every day. I'll show you how to put it together. Take those two parts and put them together. Look for the red dot. The red dot lines up with that piece in there. Then insert the auger in, wind that in. And the white arrow sets up the red dot and you slide it together like that. It sits in the juicer and the juicer slides on like that. And the power, which is all ready to go. So we've got the plunger, two catch containers, and that's how juicing vegetables. And that's the amount of fruit and vegetables I'll normally consume every day. So you can see it's about 1 kilogram of carrots, 3 apples red, 3 apples green, a couple of pears, a whole lemon. That beetroot's a bit large, I'll probably use about half of that. And then for additional flavour I might add some ginger or some chilli. So there's the quantity of fruit and veggie, and now I'll proceed to cut it up and turn it into juice. Turn the juicer on, sound effects, that carrot rosin you're cutting up, smell that. Comes through, juice comes out the side and the pulp out the other side. Stick celery. Fruit's been washed. Cut up some apples. Another apple. All works fairly simply. Lemon. Beetroot's a bit much for the litre and a half of juice I'll make, so I'll just use half of that. Instant colour change will happen. Some more celery. Some carrot. Some more celery. Pear. Sometimes with the bigger carrots they get stuck and I cut the carrots up. These carrots are on the borderline where they'll do quite well. A piece of ginger. I didn't cut the plastic off the apples because that comes out into the pulp. We've got 800 ml, so we've got about 1 litre of juice already, and about 1 litre of pulp. Strain the juice, so here's the litre of juice we've just made. Pour it into there. And that's strained. Okay, so now I've juiced up the rest of the product that's left. So we put this in and strain it. I'll just read this one because there's no beetroot in it. Okay, so there's the pulp. There's nothing much wrong with the pulp. Tastes quite nice. I have baked and stuff with the pulp, but normally I just throw it out, unfortunately. It's a bit wasteful there. The next thing you're probably going to want to know is how much juice have I made? About 2 litres. And how easy it is to clean it up. So have a look at this thing here. To unclean it, we slide it back there, lift it off. Rotate that, take the top bit out, rinse that out. Pull out the auger, rinse that out. More pressure for the auger. Sometimes you use the toothbrush just to knock a few loose bits off. Clean. Pull out the centre bit. That clogs up in there sometimes. Knock that out. Those little fine holes there get clogged up, so quick brush on the inside. Then run around on the outside. Unclog that. The top one really needs any cleaning, so that's quite clean. This bit, just brush up the fins. This piece here, rinse it out. Little rubber notch at the bottom there. That's clean. And rinse out the containers and clean up the bench. So all in all, fairly easy to clean. Okay. And throw out the pulp on the 1.5 of those. Okay, here's the final clean-up. Only took a couple of minutes. All the items there draining, they'll be dry shortly. There's my glass of juice and the quantity of juice I've made. And there's the juicer, cleaned up and ready to be reassembled. Used the juice, I added about a centimetre of chilli because I like a little bit of bite to it, and that's quite nice. So basically, Oscar juicer. I've been juicing every day probably for a year now with this juicer. Very happy with it. I used the previous model Oscar before that and was quite happy with that as well. But this one's faster, and that's the big advantage of this one. And if you want to know what the wastage was, that's the pulp that's been extracted from that juice. So, beautiful evening here in Derby. The clouds have come in, so it's overcast. And here's my evening meal. I've already had 1 glass, here's my second. And there's enough there for breakfast for tomorrow morning. "12 months down the track and I'm still not sick of it." Cheers, and to good health. Good juicy.